Okay. Got it. So we're live now, and let me share it. Oh. Okay. Okay, so I'm ready with my questions, I guess. Still browsing. I need. Okay, so I'll give you the most common question. I wonder, okay, let me ask you, have you taken a test before, like IELTS test?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so you're familiar of the template, the format of, okay. So, okay, so your questions would be for part 1 is about technology. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, what technology do you often use? Is it computer or cell phone?
Most of the time, I try to use various technologies for doing my daily activities. But especially, I use my laptop because it's more convenient and it's also handy to use, and I use it very often.
All right, so have you bought an electronic device lately, like recently?
Yes, just a few days ago, suddenly I have lost my phone. Actually, I was also using it during my office time, and suddenly I noticed that yes, there is no phone, my phone, and after that I identified that yes, I have someone has stolen it. So recently I have bought another phone.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so is there a particular technology that you want to buy? You really want to buy, and what is it?
Yes, of course. Just I want to buy another technology, which is especially the translator of the language translator, and it will also be helpful for me because and I also want to buy another technology, which is a good printer, and it will be multifunctional printer. So it will help me to print all the documents as well as to scan it.
All right. So your last question about technology. So after this, we'll talk about another topic. So your last question about technology. What do you think are the trends in technology today compared to when you were young?
As far as I can remember my childhood memories, that when I was young, there was not enough opportunities of technology related fields. But now time has been changed over a few years, especially in last 10 years. So yes, now we are also living in the age of cutting edge technology, and we are also using them very frequently in our day-to-day life. Actually, I can say that we are our today's life is out of technology is totally meaningless.
Okay. Now it's going to be about social media. All right. Your first question, do you or your friends like using social media?
Yes, most of the friends of mine are using social media. for communicating with each other. Especially, we can say that we are very much habitual with the use of social media, and we also use it for communicating or exchanging our thoughts and views in our day-to-day life.
Okay, which platform do you like to use? Is it Facebook or
Um,
Instagram?
I do many social platforms for communicating or exchanging our thoughts. But the platform which I like most is a social networking site is Facebook, because Facebook is very much convenient and is also much used by our friends. Especially, I can say that most of the friends of mine are using Facebook for communicating with each other, and it's also very much interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, it's also internet friendly or Wi-Fi friendly.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that's about it for, okay. Okay, one more question about social media. Do you want to work in social media in one of those platforms?
Though I am not directly connected with social networking sites, but because I'm a teacher and I'm also doing my job in last 8 years, so there is not a huge scope to involve myself with any work of social media. But in future, if I will get any chance to work myself or to engage myself or to connect my profession with social networking sites, of course I will do it.
Okay, sounds good. Now let's go to your cue card. All right, so I'm gonna screenshot this one and I'll share it with you. So your topic is describe an exciting book that you enjoy reading. And we will see what are your bullet points. Sorry. So which group are you? I can't remember now, sorry.
Wednesday speaking, maybe.
Yeah, I have two. There is Wednesday and Wednesday 2. I think you are not on Wednesday.
Mm,
I think you are
I
on
don't.
Wednesday 2. Yes. Yeah, Wednesday 2. Okay, here we go. Okay. Describe an exciting book that you enjoy reading. Your bullet points. When you read it, it's just confusing. What kind of book it is? What is it about? And explain why you think it is exciting. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to prepare, and I'll tell you when to start.
Have you posted it here?
Yeah, you
Okay,
can,
okay, okay,
check.
okay.
All right, while you're doing that, I'm gonna change my background. Oh, what's going on? Hmm. Okay, time is up. You can start
Okay.
speaking. You can start.
Through my yeah, from the very beginning stage of my study career, I have read many books, and most of the books are very much good to read. And I have also come across with many other books which are also very much exciting. And now I'm going to talk about a book, and it is none other than the book Adele, which is also a history autobiography book of some famous personality of a famous writer of my country, and it is about the total life in lifespan of the writer, and who is very much famous in my country. And he has also written many books, and most of the time he has written the novels, especially. But this book is totally exceptional from the other books. And just it is from this book, I have got a complete picture about the historical background of our country. And it was also praiseworthy for knowing the history of our country. And for this reason, I think it was very much exciting. Moreover, I can say that this book is also very much interesting to read about is about the other characters which were also related with this book. And the characters were very much fascinated by this book. They have also got huge interest from it. In the same way, I can say that it was very much a praiseworthy reading text for me. And to be honest, I can say that from my very childhood, I had never ever seen something like that before in my entire life. So from this sense, it was a really a masterpiece book for me that I have enjoyed after reading this book. Thank you.
Okay, wow. It's like you timed yourself. Just yeah, just the right time, right after you stopped. It was time also for your 2 minutes. Your 2 minutes.
I did not use any was or stopwatch.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that was a good timing. Okay, so I better give you feedback right now rather than wait because um, I'm gonna forget. But I haven't written much, but there were expressions that I noticed that they were really good. When you said he has written many books, which is really good, a good structure, sentence structure. He has written. That's I love that. That's expression. Okay. Totally exceptional. And then moreover, I can say that although there is, I think this is also a common issue with other students when they overuse the article da. I don't know if you know that. Do you know that you are you tend to overuse the article da?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because I noticed this um, from many, like majority
Student.
of, of IELTS test takers. Um, so yeah, exceptional from the other books because it's like you made it specific, but you just wanted to say that this book is nothing like it if you compare to other books. It's not like specific group of books, right? So
Yeah.
you don't need the there because you said exceptional from the other books.
Yes.
You were not talking about in your okay, you can use the, but it should be because you already talked about specific books, and that specific books is what you meant when you said
Okay. Okay.
from the other books. Okay, so and yeah, this word career, I think I wonder if whiteboard. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, why is it that? I don't know how to use it. This is my first time to actually. Mm. Okay, here. So you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And type another word. So this word, I don't know if you can. Okay, this word, do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is, when you pronounce it, it's career.
Career. Okay.
Yeah, career. So the stress is in the second syllable here.
Career.
Perfect.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you said the word, when you meant this one, you said this. I might be mistaken because I feel like this is, I'm used to hearing it as an incorrect pronunciation. So maybe I just thought like you said this
Yeah.
instead of this one. So
Okay.
this pronunciation, you say carrier. So the stress is in the second, in the first syllable. And
Okay.
this is what I normally hear instead when they meant this, when students
Okay.
this one.
Okay.
And examiners, they don't want to hear that one. And then I notice also that this word is common to use when you are taking your test, because especially when your examiner would ask whether you study or you work, and this
Yes.
word is
Yes. Yes.
always present.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Talk about your profession, you say your career, but
Hmm.
most of the students that I hear, they say carrier. This one, carrier. You know what carrier is, right?
Yes.
Do you
Okay.
know?
Okay. I will learn it. Yeah.
Uh,
It's to carry something.
exactly. Like if you have a cat or a pet, and you have
Hmm.
this thing like
Yeah. I have a basket, and I will put the cat inside the
yeah,
basket, and I will carry it.
yeah, that
Carrier. Yeah.
a bag of cat bag. That's
Bag or basket. Yeah.
yeah,
Something
carrier.
like that.
But this one is career. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I just wanted to point that out. So I think that's about that's all for the feedback, and then
Okay.
we can do part 3 questions,
Okay.
and then time to sleep for me.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So do you prefer books or movies?
It's really tough for me to answer this question because I love both of them, but I love movie than the books, because movie is short time consuming, and it also give a complete picture of entire book within a very short time. But if I want to read the book, then it consumes huge amount of time, and it's also tough for me to maintain the time or my consistency in reading books. So I prefer movie than movie to book.
Okay. Next question. Do you think it is important to read the book before watching the movie version of it? You know how there are movies that are taken from the book, like it is written by an author, there is a novel, and then producers of Hollywood movies, they take that story from that book and make a movie out of it. So the question, do you think it is important to read the book before watching the movie version of it?
To a way of my thinking, I think that yes, it's important to read the book for prior watching the movies, because book can give a person a complete description of anything. But in terms of movie, then it might be a short version of the entire book. So I think if one person wants to get a complete picture or real understanding or the total background, I think it's better to read the books first and then go to the movie watching.
All right, excellent. Do boys and girls like the same kinds of books?
But as far as I'm concerned about it, yes, most boys or girls are very much fascinated about same kind of books. But there are also some other differences, because I think it's by nature. Girls like some books which are not actually liked by the boys, and there are also some other books which are also like mostly liked by the boys, and these are not also liked by girls. So I think there is very few little differences here in terms of liking the books by the boys and the girls.
Okay, here's the example when you try to be on the fence, right? So you give 50-50, but we talked about just pick one side. And you could just say, well, generally boys like action movies, or what was the question?
Books.
Kinds of books. Okay. So generally boys, they like action stories, like crime story or fiction. Why am I saying movies? Okay.
Uh,
Story. And girls generally, they love romance or love.
Romance, yes,
So
yes, yes.
that's it. And then, for example, uh, in the family, like I love, we watch, or I read that book, and because that was a crime movie and detective story, I enjoy that. While my sister, when I offered the book, she didn't like it. She said, "Oh, um, I better
Watch
read
movie.
like a love story book."
Yeah,
So
correct.
then it's just simple. You didn't really go different things to tell your examiner. You stick in one story. You say,
Mm,
okay,
mm.
boys, they love action story in the book, for example, or a kind of book that has lots of actions. But while girls, usually they just love, they just want to read love stories or romance.
You have said this in terms of the position when I will take 50-50. But if I will take one side, boys or girls, how I can answer the question?
Yeah, you say like they are different in general. You don't say like, well, it depends. When that's where you do the 50-50, because it depends, because there are boys who like this, and there are girls also that like to read books that are like boys, something like that. Just do like, okay, boys like this, girls like this, for example. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
For
Okay.
example, in my family, I love, okay, I was reading the other day this detective story book. I really love it. And my brother also, he loved it. But when I showed it to my sister, she said, oh no, I want to read a novel, a romance. And
A
generally,
romantic story.
girls are like that. You can just, even though you are taking, like, if you are giving a personal example, after you are giving that, you can say, and generally.
Madam, is it better to give personal example or in general example?
To me, I prefer a personal example because it's very close to my heart, and I can say, like, I can say things clearly, or
Yes, yes.
I'm I would sound more convincing. And then after that, it's because it's part three question. You can say, and I know many, there are many who are the same as, as for example, I love this, and I know many of the girls also, girls in general, it's the same. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay. And that's already, it covers the general, topic. It's not like you.
So in terms of such kind of question, I can just take one side and I can explain it.
Mhm. But in this question about, do boys and girls have the same, interest, the same kind of books, and the same kind of books, you can say like, well, generally boys like action stories or crime, how do you call that? It's like crime movies in or detective stories. Okay, we can just put it that way. Whether it's in a book or it's in a movie or a movie story, while girls, they like more, okay,
Romantic
girls,
stories.
yeah, girls in general. That means like not all, like but you don't have to mention that anymore. Just say girls in general. They just want like, this boy falls in love and the girl is so pretty and something like that. So anyways, okay, so that's
Okay.
about it, Shushi.
Yeah.
So next time again. Okay, so I'm gonna end the session now, and thank you
Okay.
for joining me. I'll see you again next time.
Okay, madam. Thank you.